feeling you? No. That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want. Like, you thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eat it, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want.
All right, we've got what could Hulk be doing in that Spider-Man movie, referring to a brand new day. I'm fucking with this. MODOK, the Wolverine, She-Hulk. I'm fucking with it, broski.
It is a brand new day, and with a brand new day comes a new rumor about Spider-Man Brand New Day. This is a rumor that came really out of nowhere. I don't think anybody was theorizing that this might happen. And apparently the
I'm hoping it doesn't.
Nexus Point News is somewhat legit. I want you to take it seriously. Just do a video breaking down what it could mean, how this could play out. And the rumor is this, and potential spoilers for Spider-Man Brand New Day, but like I don't think there's a world where this is in the movie, and we don't all know this after seeing the first trailer. Basically, Bruce Banner, played by Mark Ruffalo, / the Hulk, / Smart Hulk, Professor Hulk, whatever we're calling him, was apparently a more than a cameo role in Spider-Man Brand New Day. Now, what does more than a
Hoping
cameo
not.
mean? What does Mark Ruffalo, Bruce Banner mean? Is he going to be Hulk at all? That's all up for grabs. We know next to nothing about this movie. Mortimer's here, by the way, because he's excited about Mark Ruffalo. Because he seems like a
Infinity Gauntlet's cool.
I don't know why I think that. I just kind of did. I don't know. So many movie stars are allergic to cats. Apparently, Brie Larson allergic to cats. Sebastian Stan allergic to cats. So, like, eventually, some of them have to not be allergic to cats. Anyway, we don't know what Brand New Day is. We know one actor,
July 31st,
is confirmed to be in it, and that is Sadie Sink, but we don't know who she's playing. Could be
Who?
anybody. Could be
MJ.
a new version of Mary Jane. Could be Spider-Man's kid all grown up from another dimension. Could be
No.
Star. Could be Jane
Interesting.
Carroll. That doesn't seem like that's it.
No.
Spider-Man's long-lost sister. Like, there are a lot of options. But
Oh, well, sister. What you mean by that? What you mean by that, my boy?
like, if we're saying Mark Ruffalo is in this movie, let's just say, for the sake of argument, for the sake of the video, what does that mean for the movie? There's not really a whole lot we can go on based on what we know about the movie. But I do want to bring up a couple of options for things that might happen that could be cool. This is all just
Okay.
speculation. This is stuff to get excited about.
Run it up.
There's no way all of this will happen, but don't get your hopes up if like some of it doesn't happen because the movie gets
Because the reason why I don't believe none of this is happening. Every day I'm hearing a new rumor. They got Tarantula in the movie. They got this one in the movie. I just heard a rumor that fucking Punisher gonna be in the movie. What is this, a fucking Avengers movie? Why is everyone in this damn movie? Like, what the hell? Why is everyone in this damn movie allegedly? No, bro, you just being fucking weird. You being a fan.
still be good. Anyway, let's talk about like Bruce Banner, Mark Ruffalo. The obvious answer for where he falls into this movie is that Mark Ruffalo will be playing just Bruce Banner, who's a human being, or maybe as Smart Hulk, it doesn't matter, but he could be a professor at the college Peter goes to. Let's say
That
Peter
is
in
true.
college in this movie, and I think that is reasonable considering he seems to be getting his GED or something at the end of the last movie. It'd be a cute way to reference the idea that, like in the original Spider-Man Homecoming movie,
That is
Bruce
true.
Banner was on the wall next to all the other famous physicists.
Oh, there he is, right there.
Obviously, he is the Hulk, but if you're a kid who's interested in science, Bruce Banner would also be your role model because he's such an influential physicist. Now, I do think it's important to note, in the Avengers movies, Hulk and Spider-Man almost never interacted. Yeah, because by the time Spider-Man
I don't think they ever did.
was gone. And then they both come back for Infinity War, and they're both part of the New York fight against Ebony Maw and Cull Obsidian, but they never interact. And then Spider-Man gets snapped. Hulk's obviously around for a little bit. Spider-Man and Hulk get brought back. So I guess they're both at the funeral, but that's it. Like, these characters have not interacted in the same way that, like, almost all the other Avengers have some sort of kind of relationship with Spider-Man. So it's interesting that these two just fully...
I don't know.
I want to say Peter usually is a biologist. That is, as far as I know, the field of study, the science that he tends to get involved in. Now, obviously, he can do a lot of stuff because he's a super genius, and sometimes it's like theoretical physics, and sometimes it's like closer to engineering because he could build like web shooters. But I believe he's usually a biologist, which makes sense because his powers come from a biological, like radioactive spider altering his biology. Not that that's why he's smart, but the hero's intelligence, like field, tends to reflect what their superpowers are. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Bruce Banner could be a teacher at the college. That could be cool. Another idea. Bruce Banner seems to be somewhat involved in the existence of the Avengers. Like, he's not leading it, but if you look at all of the original Avengers, he and Hawkeye are the only two from that first movie that seem to be operating on Earth. I could see a world
That
where
is
Bruce
true.
Banner is brought into this movie as the Avengers ambassador, perhaps looking out, trying to
Interesting.
scout new superheroes, because Spider-Man is a big deal. People are hearing about him, so it's like, oh, I gotta go check on the Spider-Man kid. Now, again, it is unclear in this universe how much characters know about Spider-Man. Like, do they remember he was at the Battle of New York, and do they just not know who he was? Or is he kind of out of a lot of those pictures, so now he has to start fresh with characters like the Hulk, who would at least kind of be like, oh yeah, Spider-Man, Iron Man knew him, he was cool. But like, if this is a recruitment thing, if Sadie Sink is playing Firestar, maybe Mark Ruffalo is playing Bruce Banner, the representative of the Avengers in New York City at this time. Now, I can't see Hulk having too much of a connection to some of the other villains that we know are in this movie, like Tombstone, Boomerang, Scorpion, really not that connected to them. Mr. Negative, though,
Mr. Negative, Tarantula. That's gonna be 5 people in this damn movie, bro. Why the fuck are we put damn niggas in this damn movie? We're gonna be about like 2.5 to 3 hours long, 2.5 at most. 2:45. You gonna put 5 people in this bit, bro? The fuck? Focus on one.
Because Mr. Negative,
And the one you should focus on is Scorpion. Because Scorpion, we still got that scene from the first Spider-Man movie, with Scorpion and Vulture. Vulture knows who's Peter is. So Vulture can't be in that shit. Shut up. But Scorpion can.
has the superpower of, but besides all of his other superpowers of like fighting and stuff, he can corrupt people and turn them into evil or his good versions of themselves. Like, he can heal people too, but he can take a hero, corrupt them, and then make them work for him or just be evil. That is a power that is very useful if you want to cause a lot of chaos with the Hulk, because like we've
That
seen
is
in
true.
Avengers Age of Ultron, a Hulk who doesn't know what he's doing and is just rampaging around can cause a lot of trouble. Like, if Mr. Negative wants to kill Spider-Man or wants to kill, I don't know, Tombstone and Scorpion and all of the other villains, like if it's a gang war scenario, corrupting Hulk, turning him into a savage version of the Hulk could be valuable to Mr. Negative. Also, it's worth
That could probably lead to World War Hulk. Or like you have to think. I really want World War Hulk. I'm sorry. Because now we got the Sentry in the MCU and all that. So I really want World War Hulk. But we can't get World War Hulk because his son is in She-Hulk. So that creates a bit of an issue. Back to the drawing board.
worth noting that they were going to do Grey Hulk in Avengers Age of Ultron, but they ended up not doing it. He gets a little paler when he's been mind whammied by Wanda, but he hasn't been fully gray yet. And that is something that a lot of people know about the Hulk, is originally he was gray. It was like a printing thing. Green ink was easier to get, I think. I can't remember what the story is, but either way, there was a while where Hulk was gray. One of the gray versions of the Hulk is a character named Joe Fixit, who was, I believe, a bouncer in Vegas, and he wore a suit. And it's a very strange little part of the Hulk's history. But if Mr. Negative managed to fully corrupt Bruce Banner, he could like turn the Hulk into Joe Fixit and have him work for him as a superhuman bouncer. That seems like a little bit of a stretch. I can see a world where they do the Savage Hulk thing, like Mr. Negative turns Hulk gray, but maybe the first time he does it, the Hulk is wearing a suit, so like for a little bit you do like a little nod to the Joe Fixit thing. I don't know. I don't think that's that important, but I do think that's an interesting idea. And I believe someone on the Nandovi Movies Discord brought that up. And I think the idea of Mr. Negative, who, to be fair, has not been confirmed to be in this movie as of recording this video, but a lot of people think is going to be in here, him using a character like the Hulk would be cool. It would feel a little similar to what we did in Avengers Age of Ultron. Like, maybe that similarity would be fun as a callback, but also maybe it's like, we've seen this before. Now, we don't have a Hulkbuster to
I played these games
before! Because Hulk events keep happening, right? Not to nitpick, not unlike my podcast, mostly nitpicking, where you pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. Pretty sure DJ brought this up during our Captain America Brave New World episode. There's enough Hulk stuff happening. I feel like there needs to be a Hulk protocol where like someone turns into a Hulk and then a Hulkbuster suit is just sent to that location. Like, this has been going on for long enough that it is worth having this contingency in place, but maybe it's expensive. I don't know. But that could be cool. And that could work with the teacher at the college thing, where he is just a teacher at Peter's college who is trying to help him. And maybe he finds out he's Spider-Man and tries to help him there, maybe with Avengers stuff. But then by the end of the movie, Mr. Negative realizes that he can use Bruce Banner to become the gray, savage version of the Hulk again and fight Spider-Man. Like, I think people really responded to the Red Hulk being the traditional violent Hulk in Brave New World, so, why not do that here? That could be fun. A couple of other things. We could have a Bruce Banner who is investigating the 10 rings and brings that
Could do
to
that.
Spider-Man, or like that plot line could come over here only because the director of this movie, Spider-Man Brand New Day, is Daniel Destin Creighton. Mark Ruffalo did cameo at the end of Shang-Chi, which was also directed by Daniel Destin Creighton. So I don't think
I feel like I've
Spider-Man
seen
is the
him in
obvious next
something
step
like a
for
movie or
analyzing
something like
the
that.
rings that they may have been planning to use to connect to Kang, and now that's not even in the picture anymore. So like maybe we'll never pick back up on that thread. But if we did, this would be a place where it would make sense to do it, since it's the same director, the same character, and this is something that's going to happen, I guess, right before Doomsday, or at least before or near enough after Doomsday that will be between Doomsday and Secret Wars. So like getting all of these pieces together, that's something we want to do.
Especially because the movies are dropping in damn December now.
It's weird that we haven't done anything with Scar. I don't think we're going to do very much with Scar in the near future.
I think just scrap the entire idea.
Or Secret Wars. But I do think it's interesting that Hulk knows She-Hulk, obviously, because Jen Walters is his cousin. She-Hulk knows Daredevil, but they fought crime together and also had like a one-night stand or something. I guess he's at the barbecue, so it's not fully a one-night stand, but like it doesn't seem like they're in a relationship. If he is in a relationship, he didn't bring it up in the Daredevil show, even though
Nope.
I feel like that would be pretty important. That would be something that you would tell at least one human being, anybody who would listen, really, but like somebody. But then Daredevil kind of knows Spider-Man. Matt Murdock was Spider-Man's lawyer. Does seem like they're maybe going to connect Spider-Man to what's going on with Fisk in New York City. So I think it's interesting that while Hulk
I feel like Brand New Day. I don't know, this Fisk can't be in movies. Never mind.
and Spider-Man don't have much of a connection, they have characters like She-Hulk and Daredevil that do know each other. So there is an on-ramp. Hulk could say, hey, my cousin knows that Daredevil guy. He seems to respect you, so I did want to come check on you. Like, that connection could exist. I don't think that's going to be why he's here, but I do think that's interesting. Another interesting thing, Bruce Banner turned into Hulk via gamma radiation. So he's an expert in gamma rays. That is why they bring him on in Avengers 1, is because the Cosmic Cube gives off gamma radiation. I mean, they also bring him on because they want him to turn into Hulk, but like that is the pretext that they used in that movie. You could do something similar here where gamma radiation, or just like radiation generally, is a problem. And I guess I only think that's interesting because, like, if you want to do radiation and maybe go a step further, say mutation, one of the characters that people suggested maybe in this movie, one of the villains potentially played by Sarah Snook, I believe,
Who?
that was a while ago, nothing's come of this, is the Spider Queen, who is part of the Spider
Oh.
Island event when characters get mutations and all kind of become spider people and then eventually become full spiders. I can see a world where that starts happening, and then Bruce Banner, the physicist who is an expert in
Interesting.
radiation, goes to New York.
I hope that doesn't happen in this movie. That's a bit too much. I would love for them to build towards that. Had that be its own. Have that be its own movie. Make it horror or scary or something like Sinners.
Out why people are mutating, what radiation is doing this, and then maybe he turns into Spider Hulk. That could be cool. Like a big evil spider version of the Hulk that could be really cool. And that's something that's
Interesting.
happened before, right? There's versions of characters that have just been Hulkified or nullified or spiderfied. Like, we have not done that very much here, but like the idea of taking a team of characters and just giving them all one set of powers, like turning them all into Hulk characters for a book, is something that happens all the time. So spiderfying Hulk could be cool. I will say the only other thing that I think might be interesting here, the only other connection that I could see, and this is something we have not heard much about recently, because like I said, we've heard rumors about what the Spider-Man 4 movie is going to be for so long, and it's surprising because so many of them have come and gone and they don't seem to work together. So it seems like they
The
could have all
fuck?
been lies, but there could have been ones that were true then and are no longer true.
Oh, I got
One of
Two-Face
the
on
rumors
my
was that in Spider-Man 4, or Doomsday or Secret Wars, Spider-Man would get the symbiote suit. He would become symbiote Spider-Man. And that makes sense because Secret Wars, the original event, was the premiere of the black suit. I believe it's issue 8 has him on the cover in that famous pose. So it would make sense that if they were going to do that in the MCU, doing it by Secret Wars, that's when you do it. But let's say you want to set that up early. If Peter does black suit Spider-Man in this movie, a character who would make so much sense to
Hope they don't do it in this movie. Save that shit for the actual movie where it belongs and save that shit for Secret War. Don't do that shit early, nigga.
bring on to talk to him because he is an expert in alien life, because he just traveled to Sakaar to pick up his alien kid, and an expert in radiation, or in biology, and also specifically like morphing and changing biology, and an expert in split personality, so dealing with an evil persona in your head telling you to do crimes and kill people and stuff like that. That's a perfect on-ramp for Bruce Banner. If Peter Parker starts dealing with symbiotes and different characters get venomized, bringing in Bruce Banner to say, hey, I want to figure out what these aliens are because I know a little bit about aliens and I know a lot about biology and radiation and all that stuff. And then if Spider-Man gets the black suit, Bruce could be a mentor to Spider-Man, explaining how to manage these different aspects of his personality. Like, that's something that could be really interesting. And then in that,
True, that's
Venom,
true.
symbiote, whatever, could take over Hulk, and that would be a really dangerous
Then
thing. And that could be pretty.
where the hell we get that? Because is there even still a sample of Venom laying on our timeline? I don't think so. Or maybe there is. I don't know.
Cool. And again, I'm not saying that I think any of these are more or less likely. There's some that are less likely, but I don't think any of these are likely. Like, this is definitely what the story is. I just think if we're bringing Bruce Banner into
Oh Lord, I'm
Spider-Man Brave
cooked.
New Day, he has a couple of avenues that he can use to become part of the story. He could be a teacher. He could be a representative of the Avengers. He can be corrupted by a villain.
Tired, bro. Oh, Rico, I'm sorry. I'll have to listen to this shit on my own. Or just we just don't look at music videos, but fighting for my life. Let's see. Like Rico's movie, the album's been like 2 weeks old. I apologize for being not into that shit. Don't tell me this is coming apart. Oh, okay. It's just one of them. I need to fucking need to find which one it's coming up from. See if I can found it. See if I can put that shit back together later.
Villain like Mr. Negative or the symbiote, or maybe Spider-Man hangs out with Scar. I don't know. Maybe this is where we introduce Amadeus Cho, who just showed up in Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and hasn't yet turned into Brawn, the totally awesome Hulk, but like is a character that they're at least kind of interested in putting into these. Like maybe that's why Bruce Banner is here. I don't know. But I think some of those ideas are pretty cool. And you know what else is cool? This video sponsor, Nebula. Oh, Nebula.
領域展開無料空所